So this is the second part of the fourth video because, as I may or may not have left in the last video, depending on how I edit it, the power went out in Copernicus, and it's still out. But I have work to do. So I want to show you some magnetic levitation. This is one of the really cool effects of how likes repel and opposites attract. So in the base of what looks like just a plastic disc, there is actually a magnet. And if I take this disc magnet, you can't really tell, but it's being pulled down because we have the opposite poles attracting each other. But if I try to flip the disc magnet over, so now I have the opposite magnetic pole, you see how it floats? It floats because the pole in this disc magnet is repelling the pole in this disc magnet, which means they must be the same. Now, I can take another disc magnet and I can play the same game. If I do this, it's moved a little just because of the weight. But this magnet is repelling this magnet, and this magnet is repelling this magnet. So I must have the same poles close to each other. But if I flip this around, you see how those snap together? Now I've got opposites attracting between these two magnets, and still between here I have likes repelling. It's a fun little kid's toy. Again, opposites attract. Opposites attract. But likes repel. You can have fun playing with magnets all day. Little kids love to play with magnets. But it's actually based on scientific principles. Enough of that toy. Let me show you another little toy. The lights just came back on. So, here I have a little toy car. And I have a test tube with 2 bar magnets. And I can do that levitation trick with the bar magnets and the test tube. So you can see here, hopefully, that for each of the bar magnets, one of the poles is marked red and the other is gray. Opposites attract. Likes repel. So if I put them in the test tube with the red end up on this bar magnet and the red end down on this bar magnet, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to have 2 like poles near each other, so they're going to repel, and I'm going to have the magnetic levitation again. Now you can have fun with this with a little toy car. Put the little toy car in, so I have the red pole. I believe it's usually the north pole is the one that's colored, but it doesn't matter. We just have to talk about opposites and likes. So here we have a red pole, and here I have another red pole. And if I push these 2 red poles near each other, they're 2 norths or 2 souths, it doesn't matter. The point is that they're like poles. They're going to repel, and I can push the car. If I try to put the opposite poles near each other, opposites attract. Opposites attract, likes repel. So I hope you enjoyed a virtual tour of what we would have done in class today. There's really nothing I can do about it because, as you know, we have to cover all the NGS standards. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of time at some point in the near future and we can play with some of these toys in person.